Dominion Markets, where did the name come from?
Before we start the company, how are we going to be different?
When I grow up, I'm going to be a businessman. I'm going to own multiple businesses.
2 months, no sales came in.
How do you think AI is going to be incorporated in?
AI will never be available for traders to make money on the markets.
And I gave you $100. How will you be able to grow that?
Look what happened to my account. What happened to your account?
No one in this world wants you to do better than your father does.
If you can sell, you can never go broke in your life.
Wow, that surprised me. You got me there. Today's guest is Raja Banks, the man behind Dominion Markets and Dominion Funding. His journey has been anything but typical, going from the oil rigs to trading to educating people and then to finally opening his own brokerage. I can't wait to find out more on this episode. Meet Raja Banks, the man behind Dominion Markets and Dominion Funding. Welcome, Raja Banks.
Welcome.
So, Raja, you've had an unbelievable journey from being unemployed, going to university, dropping out of university, trading, education, educating people, and then owning your own brokerage and then prop firm, multiple businesses. How and what was that like? There must have been something, a pivotal moment for you that led you from there to where you are here today.
Yeah, if I really look back, having no university degree, I actually dropped out. So if you go to my parents' house, in my parents' house, they have degrees of my siblings framed, and then there's a portrait of me. Like, okay, there's nothing right there. Like, what's happening, right? So I think internally, I really wanted to prove not only to myself but to the people around me that you can do certain things without, let's say, a formal education. Like, these things are possible. It's not like we only read about this of guys like, Mark Zuckerberg or like, Steve Jobs and like all these guys. It's not like we just read about them. You can be about it as well.
Absolutely.
So I think it was just an internal motivation and internal drive that even if like, the odds are not against you, you can still skew certain parts of your life in your favor.
Absolutely. I mean, there's lots of proven CEOs and owners of companies, founders who have not gone to university and succeeded in life. If you're a broker or prop firm, or you're just getting started, cTrader is the best platform for you. Please get in touch. There'll be a link down below, or you can speak to myself or any one of the guys at the Spotware head office. I would be happy there to help you. Now let's get back to the podcast. Hope you're enjoying. Okay, so Raja, Dominion Markets, where did the name come from? I looked it up. It's sovereignty, power. There's a lot of powerful words for Dominion Markets. Where did the name come from?
Yeah, like, in the beginning, we were thinking what the name should be. But my vision was this, right? So it's not just about the name, it's about the vision, right? The vision was that, okay, before we start the company, how are we going to be different? Right? Are we going to be like everyone else saying we have the best execution, best spreads, best IB deals, whatever, come join us? No. What we wanted to be is we wanted to be a domain where traders, they can feel at home, plus also they can be a part of an ecosystem where not only they get to trade, but they also get to learn and they learn how to manage risk effectively. Start to think that, okay, like, it has to be some sort of a domain, some sort of this house, like, we're like, okay, let's go with like domain, start playing around the word domain, then like Dominion, okay, Dominion Markets, and then we're like, okay, then what about a model, right? Because everyone needs a model. We're like, okay, Dominion Markets where traders can come in, they can trade, the great conditions, they can get education, risk management. Must be like some sort of a sanctuary for traders. Okay, Dominion Markets, your trading sanctuary. So
Got it.
So that's how the name, it all like, came about.
And when I've been on your platform, I feel that, I see that. There's a lot of the education side of it. Your community is built up on the education. And so I feel that coming through as the end user, shall we say.
Yeah, man. To be honest, one thing we've also done is we have a Discord channel. And in the industry, we're the only ones who have a Discord for a Forex CFD broker. Because I think it's a huge thing when it comes towards, like, customer support or like client satisfaction. Like, guys can actually come onto Discord. They can chat with each other.
Yeah.
They can send analysis. of, let's say, New York session, Asian session, London session. And that's such a great added value because right now, no one's doing this. No one.
I know. And I feel like sometimes traders want that support. You know, customer service, that support is so important. And so having a platform to be able to do that on, if it's Telegram, a Telegram group, or if it's Discord, or whatever it is, for them to be able to ask you a question and get an answer back is brilliant.
And man, it could also be like, I had a withdrawal request done this morning. Where is it now? People write that in the group, and then some of our moderators or support staff is like, oh, okay, let's have this done, right? Or let's have this look into, rather than a client sending an email, then waiting for a response, and then sending an email again. So I think to be very, very successful in this, we had to make sure that there should be a system where the clients are answered to quick.
And is there a response time that you work with?
Yeah, we aim to resolve queries within, let's say, 6 to 7 hours. We have this system where clients can open up tickets and have live chats with their support managers.
Yeah.
So that has played a huge role.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So look, I've always found the best CEOs have always got, everyone's got a story. What's your story? If we had to go back, what's your story?
Brother, so if I really look back, I think whatever we do in our 30s or 40s, it's the result of what we've experienced or seen when we were children, right? So I remember that when we used to go to eat as a family, right? So my father's been in the leather business, for about 30 plus years.
Your dad was a businessman?
Yes. Yeah, so it runs in the family.
Yeah.
Right? So every time before we would go out, we would go to a store, and he would walk up the stairs, he would open up the cash register, get some cash, and then we would go to eat. So that to me was really interesting, right? And then every night when he would come home, he would always have this stack of cash with him all the time. So I start to look at that. I'm like, man, shit, okay. This guy is coming home every day. He's got stack of cash. We have 2 cars. Like we lived a comfortable life, right? I'm not gonna say we were broke, we had struggles. No, we lived a comfortable life. But as I grew older, I started to understand that, okay, now if I'm in Canada and if I'm working for somebody, I'm getting certain paycheck, right? But I'm not coming home with stacks of cash.
Yeah.
So that's where I start to think that, okay, what was the difference between me now and my father at that time? And he would always tell us look, if you want to get a job, great, awesome, you do your job, whatever. But at the end of the day, always remember, if you're going to run your own business, that's going to be the only thing that's going to get you to where you want to be. Whether it's running a brokerage, selling whatever, doing consultancy services, whatever that is. But if you have something of your own, over time, it will give you more than what you're getting right now.
Absolutely.
So that's sort of the mindset I always had in my mind. Subconsciously. It's probably in the back of your mind, but it takes a few events to happen in life when you realize, okay, you know what? I got to snap into something that I've been always thinking about.
And have you always wanted to be a businessman? So if you think back to your childhood memories, was there a moment in your life that, you thought to yourself, when I grow up, I'm going to be a businessman. I'm going to own multiple businesses.
I wanted to be, so I'm the oldest of my siblings, right? And I always wanted to be the one who could provide for all of them, who could be a rock for the family, where everyone would come to. Yeah. They'd be like, okay, we have an issue, let's go to him. We have an issue, let's go to him. There's something going on, okay, let's go to him. But I didn't really quite find my stride up until 2017, 2018. Because in the beginning, I left university because I wanted to make some more money to help my father, right? At that point, we were in Canada. He had a leather store. The leather store was doing okay, but we still worried about bills in Canada. Yeah. Then there's taxes, and there's payroll. There's so much stuff. So I wanted to help him out. I failed in that multiple times. I went to work on the rigs the first year when I left university, and I told him, hey, look, I'm going to help you with X amount a month. I couldn't. Major embarrassment. Right. And then I also had this thing in my mind that, okay, you know what? I'm going to help my youngest sister graduate, financially. I'm going to help her. I'm going to help pay for a wedding and all this. As an older sibling, you think of these things.
And almost like the man of the house as well,
almost
right?
like the man of the house. Yeah, exactly. Right. And it's like continuously it just wasn't working out. I don't know if it wasn't working out at that point, or maybe it wasn't the right time. But I think whenever you go through some sort of hardship, or you're really trying your best to do something, in the moment you think that all the stacks are against you, it's not working out. But I think if you truly believe that this is maybe the preparation of an event that's supposed to work out, you should just stick on that journey. Right. And I think that's where it all came from. I really wanted to prove that all this is still worth it. Like what I was doing, what I was trying. I tried multiple things, man. Like before this trading broker stuff, I had 9 different things I tried.
Do you know what I always find? The successful business has had from 100 bad attempts beforehand. There's no one goes in and opens a business first time and it's amazing, right?
No one hit wonders.
No, exactly. So these stories and what you're telling me, where it's come from, it's super important. It's great to hear. It's an absolute inspiration to me and to everybody who's watching. So,
man, there was a time I remember I was into fitness a lot. I think in 2014 or 2015, I ordered these big weightlifting belts.
Oh yeah,
from Pakistan, right? Yeah. So I ordered 60 pieces. I think at that point I paid about $2,000 or whatever. And to me, $2,000 at that point, I was like, okay, here we go. $2,000 in, got these weightlifting belts. Now I got to sell them. Right. So I made up an Instagram page. I made a website. Right. To to see if I can sell stuff.
Yeah.
For 2 months, no sales came in. Then I started to myself, okay, no sales coming in online. What else can I do? I'm like, okay. So I started to go to different gyms. I would park my car outside of the gyms and I would wait for someone who looked like he lifted weights to come out.
Yeah.
He would come out. I'd go up to him, hey man, how's the session? Great. Hey, look, you know what? You don't have to listen to me, but I have one of the best weightlifting belts you have ever seen. You have 5 seconds to take a look, right? And then someone would say no, someone would say yes. I showed them. So I would have them in the back of my car. I would open the trunk and I would show them the belts, right? So that's how I started to kind of get that started. So what happened was that then I started to get kicked off the parking lots by the gyms and man, shit, the world is against me. Doesn't want me to make money, So that failed, So that was pretty interesting because at that point I learned the art of negotiating with people, the art of how to present yourself or how to present your product. Because, sometimes guys will say, oh, I don't have time. But you have to have some sort of a pitch that you can use where they say, okay, whatever.
An objection handling.
Yeah, exactly. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
So I think those things are very, very important. Like doing sales, door-to-door sales, trying to sell cold stuff to people, like cold sales. So I think those are one of the skills that really helps someone later on in life.
Absolutely. And I think a lesson that we can take there as well is that you didn't just sit on your bum, excuse the word, you didn't just sit there and waiting for the sales to come in. What did you do? You went out there and went and got it.
Yeah.
cTrader is more than a platform. It's an ecosystem for brokers and prop firms. Struggling to obtain traders' leads? Well, we can help you with that. Get listed on cTrader.com. We are trusted by over 300 firms, over 1,200 Trustpilot reviews. Get the link description down below. Raja, what's one positive thing that you've done in your life that has made a positive reaction? Like, for example, I go swimming every morning, right, and that really, really helps motivate me for my day and gets me started. What's one positive thing that
working out?
Yeah,
100%. No matter what has happened in my life, I've always went to the gym. Always worked out. I think it's very, very important. A lot of young guys, they message me saying, hey, Raja, we're lost. We don't know what to do. We're in university. We don't have any direction. We're taking these courses. We don't know what's going to happen. And I tell them this, look, control the things that are within your control. The amount of money you're going to make, it's not going to be in your control. The opportunities you're going to get, that's not going to be in your control. But the only thing that's going to be in your control is your ability to make a change with your body. With your body, with your diet, because, whether people believe it or not, the more control you get with your own system, physically, internally, everything else will just fall into place, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all discipline.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you don't want to wake up and go for a swim in the ocean. I don't want to wake up every day and just go lift heavy weights or do cardio or all that stuff. But I know that if I get this hardest part of the day done, the rest of the day is going to be easy.
Yeah.
So walk in the park the rest of the day.
Yeah, discipline is key. It's so important. I mean,
discipline is key.
Getting yourself to that gym on days when you don't want to get to the gym, but you just do it. You keep on going.
Yeah, exactly. And man, these things, they basically have a very positive snowball effect in everything. Because now look at it this way, right? You look at all the top CEOs at this point, you're going to notice that they're all fit.
Yeah.
Right? Whenever you're in a meeting or whatever and someone walks in who that, okay, this guy works out or does something, you're like, okay, you know what? Instant respect to that guy. Instant respect.
And I always find there's a link between fitness and finance, or fitness and a successful person in their workplace.
Yes. Yeah.
What's one habit that you've removed from your life, one bad habit that you've removed from your life that has made a positive influence after?
There are a lot of them, but I think one would be not overthinking. Because a lot of times when we want to make a decision, we like to think about it maybe 10 steps ahead. But if you think about 10 steps, okay, let's say you want to start some business or whatever. Now you're going to think about, okay, you know what, start this business. I need to rent a location. I need to have a marketing team. I need to have a sales team. I need to have an accountant. I need to run ads, and I need to have a website. When you think all these things, you're like, man, shit, this is impossible. This is never going to work.
I know.
So it's all about the overthinking is, for me, it was always like that, right? Okay, if I start this, it's going to be like an uphill battle, so many hoops I have to jump through. Okay, Raja, listen, calm down. Let's think about step number one. Because when you think about step number one, step number two automatically comes into place. Step number three automatically comes in. So I think that's one of the things that I really had to change. And also number one, whenever you run a business, right? Whatever decision you have to make, just stick with that one decision which your gut tells you to. And
listen to your gut.
Listen to your gut and just execute on it. Don't overthink, execute on it, and then just see what happens.
Yeah.
Because in our industry of CFDs and finance, it's the decisions we make, it affects us financially, right? So, and also at the same time, the longer you wait, something may happen in the background that may affect you more. So I think me not overthinking about the small stuff, it really helped me make my decisions now.
I really like that. And look, I mean, you're extremely successful. You run multiple businesses, the educating, the broking, the prop firm. I can go on and on and on. How do you de-stress? How do you handle it? How do you handle it all?
It's a great question.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro. So I try to do. It goes back to my fitness at the same time. I have a set time, so I know that early in the morning, I have no distractions. I can work on myself. Right. Next, I think it was also about, for me in the beginning, it was very difficult to trust people to do the things that I'm doing.
I was going to ask you about that, and I'll come back to that in a minute.
Right. Because in the beginning, when we started a brokerage, for the first 3 years, it was just me and my wife. That's it. We were doing support.
Your wife works with you as well?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
It was just me and her. We were doing support, withdrawals, we were managing the bridge, we were managing LPs, we were doing risk management, everything. Each and everything. We were up to that. But I've never had a business where I had to hire people to help me with it. So it was difficult to put that trust into someone I didn't know.
Yeah.
Right. And in the beginning, we would be very busy, working till 1 a.m., 2 a.m., waking up at 6, 7, So then I decided, hey, look, I don't have enough time for myself, right? How can I get some time back? So unfortunately, had to trust some people. So when you do that, you don't really expect them to do the things at the same level as you are, because it takes time for a certain person to learn and do those things. So that's how we start. And then when we started Dominion Funding, we started to do the same thing. We hire people to get some time back. But sometimes, like, I'm going to be honest, things get stressful.
Yeah,
Or, here's the thing. When you think that nothing can go wrong and everything starts to go wrong, and you man, what is happening at this point? So that's where, like, you got to take a step back and you have to say that, okay, like, what, things are maybe not going well right now, maybe because of some illogical decision we made, or maybe there was a policy change somewhere, which is why this is happening. So that's where, like, you have to stay calm and you have to see, okay, what can you do, the things that are in your control now, and then deal with the rest as they come on.
How do you, as a CEO, handle delegating to a member of staff? So you've always been from the beginning, from the early birth of the company, you've been dealing with everything almost, yeah? You and your wife. How do you deal with now passing it on to someone and trusting and hoping that they can actually do it? And also knowing that maybe they can actually maybe do it better as well. How do you handle that?
See, there are two things when you're looking for someone to manage for you, right? So whenever you delegate a task to somebody, there are two types of people. Number one are going to be the ones who will always think outside the box, and you will never have to ask them why you're making a certain decision. They'll just do things, and you're not even going to know, right? The second individual is someone who you would tell to do something, they'll get that done, but they're not going to be able to think outside of the box, right? So that's where a lot of training is involved, right? That's where you have to really put some trust in them and really have to train them to kind of, like, to think proactively, right? Like, if you're going to only have like a preactive thinking where, okay, this is the task, need to get this done, it's fine. But when you have someone who's proactively doing stuff when you not even ask, or, like, not even delegated, that's, like, I think it makes a big difference between, like, where your company is headed.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, so moving into, like, the future and the future of the industry, shall we say, how do you think AI is going to be incorporated in companies? And I know you're a big advocate for AI. So how do you think that's going to change things for the trader? Is it going to change, like, for example, the percentages, like 80-20? Is it going to make it 60-40, for example? How do you think it will change things?
Man, I think AI will never be available for traders to make money on the markets. No chance.
Wow.
No chance at all. Because look, you have these hedge funds. You have hedge funds, institutions, and the banks, right? They pay millions of dollars to their quants to do analysis. They have risk teams. They spend, like, millions, right? And they have algorithms running, EAs running, right? And the only sole purpose of those systems is to make money. How can someone have a common trader have access to this? How? Like, never.
Wow.
Never, ever is going to have that. Like, if you look at all the systems out there, the systems that this is my belief. I believe that the systems are designed to keep an average person in his line when it comes towards the money they can make. Because what happens when you have someone making a lot of money, then they get certain type of power, right? The system will never let a lot of people have a lot of money, because then that's going to be seen as a threat.
But it will give them the competitive edge, though,
competitive
right?
edge, man. Like, so
they're going to be able to see more, do more. AI is going to be incorporated in brokerages nowadays.
Sure.
So,
but there's nothing that will be able to control our own emotions. Right now, in the last 9 years, I've seen a lot of algorithms come up. I've seen a lot of EAs who make money. Like, some are programmed on martingale strategies. Some are programmed on, like, averaging out cycles. But I've yet to see any EA or whatever to have consistent monthly returns. Or if there is a system that's going to give a signal to a trader, hey, look, if you buy over here, close over here, you're going to make money. Great. Okay, this is going to make money. But somewhere down the line, that traders are going to think, okay, you know what? The AI or the algo or system, whatever, they gave me a signal. I made money in like 5 minutes. Now I have 2 hours left. What should I do in the next 2 hours? So what is it going to do? Open the laptop.
Yeah.
Open the laptop and start trading.
And that's the problem I always find.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So even though you can have systems like that, but the main thing is, how disciplined are you personally when it comes to this? Like, we run a prop firm, we run a brokerage, so we have data of thousands of traders, right? Thousands of traders. And we've seen a big difference. Man, David, let me tell you something interesting. the clients we have on our prop firm, if they do well on the prop because they're managing risk, they're staying in their risk limits, they will never do well on a live account. And the guys we have who are doing well in the live account, they tend to fail a lot on the prop account.
That's really interesting.
That's very interesting.
Why?
I don't know, because so we pull some stats and we realize like the guys who are trading their live accounts, they're able to manage like a 7% drawdown, 8% drawdown, no problem, right? And then even if they lose it, they'll trade again and they'll make more, then they'll call it a day, they'll come back, trade more and whatever, right? But when you get these guys to trade a prop account, you can't have like a 8% drawdown or 9% drawdown, like your account's gone. Once your account's gone, your account's gone. Or if their trading is, let's say, scalping, or if their trading is, okay, I'm going to hold over a full day over the prop account, your account's gone.
Yeah.
Right? And the guys who do well on prop accounts, their hands are tied to manage risk. They know that if they screw the risk over, their account's gone. So they're not going to do that. They will continue to make those $1,000, $5,000, $6,000, whatever. But when you bring these guys to a live account, now they have no restriction.
Yeah.
They have no teacher looking over their head. Hey, look, if you risk more, we're going to breach your account. So then they go AWOL in the live account. So it's very interesting stats.
There's a little comparative here, and I feel like there's a link between this and sports again. So, and I'm seeing, as you're speaking, I'm seeing it. So, for example, there's a competition. Right? So, let's say we're playing in a pool competition. When they actually someone plays in a pool competition, they might play worse than when they're actually playing with their buddy, for example.
Yeah,
it's like a different emotion.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's no pressure when you're playing with your buddy.
Yeah.
You can take those risky shots, and if it goes in, you're like, yes, look at that shot.
Yeah.
But when you're in a tournament, you're just like, I don't think if I should take that risk, or I don't think I should hit like that.
Exactly. All right. So going on to prop firms, where do you think that prop industry? I mean, it's a big key thing at the moment. Everyone's looking into prop, and if you're a brokerage, they're looking at expanding into prop, or some have started with prop and then going into brokerage. Where do you see the prop industry going?
To be honest, I think the prop industry is another business arm for a lot of brokers. You have seen like a lot of brokers now have their prop site.
Yeah.
Blueberry Markets has it. Oanda has it. Dominion Markets.
ACAP.
Yeah. 8Cap has it. But I think so in the beginning I was very against the prop industries because I thought that they have a predatory tactic just to get clients in. The rules are tougher, so it's going to be impossible for clients to withdraw any amounts. And to be honest, it was very, very tough rules back then. But as the industry started to get a little bit, I think the industry is still very, very young.
Yeah.
As more competitors came in, the rules got lenient as well, right? So I think it's a very good opportunity for traders with a small account who don't have enough funds to make money, but they are disciplined. It's a great opportunity for them to really scale and take advantage of that and make money. But when it comes towards from the business side, I think there's going to be a little bit more regulatory oversight happening. I believe so, because in the last year, we have noticed that some platform providers are asking for an extra KYB check.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're a company, do you have a utility bill with the company? Before it wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Before you can get a license from St. Lucia or St. Kitts, whatever, and then there you go, your company's on. But now if you're getting on reputable platforms on, then it's like, okay, guys, we need a little bit more to know that you're actually going to be here for a while.
Do you feel like regulation is going to come in the prop industry?
Yeah, I do believe so. Because if you look what has happened in the last year, a lot of companies now who want to onboard some great top tier platforms, they've been requested to provide KYBs, see, hey, where's your utility bill, where you're registered.
Yeah.
And I think the minimum what's going to happen is that they may be required to show some sort of a Forex license, just like a Forex CFD broker you have.
Yeah.
They we're supposed to get a broker dealer license. So I think that should, and I think it would be a minimum requirement.
Yeah, I mean, there's millions and almost billions of volume going through prop right now. So I think it's very important, and I think everybody welcomes it, and I think it's important for the prop industry for the future.
Yeah, exactly. And man, to be honest, the regulators will only go into an industry where they know, okay, now there's money in the industry. Now we need to do something about it to kind of regulate it, to kind of put all the pieces in one line. Because right now, right now it's still getting a little bit better. But if you look at a year ago, man, it was the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
You have prop firms come up and they shut down, the payouts are denied, and people are complaining. But the main thing is the way the wording is structured is like simulated trading.
Yeah.
So it's pretty tricky, but I do think some sort of licensing happening.
Yeah, but we don't want to stop innovation. I mean, innovation is great. I'm seeing some amazing concepts from prop firms at the moment. So we don't want to stop that, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're constantly active online, which is absolutely brilliant. Do you feel that that's important for a prop firm to actually be there for actually traders to see who the man is behind the company?
Yeah, absolutely. Man, it's I can't stress this enough, because I think now the world is moving from, okay, I trust this corporate company, rather than I trust this guy.
Yeah.
Right? Because even now, when some of our clients have some issues, they message me directly as the owner, right? And I tell them, look, how fortunate you are to know the owner of a Forex CFD broker, of a prop firm, right? How fortunate are you to know the owner? That's incredible.
It's like you're ordering something at McDonald's, but you're gonna message the owner of McDonald's, right?
Yeah,
it's amazing that they can
exactly.
Actually...
If they put extra pickle on your burger, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna message the owner now, right? So if you look at 5 years ago, this wasn't the case, right? This wasn't the case. And I think that's where, you need to look at that, okay, who's now coming into the market as clients? The guys who were in their teens, they're coming into their 20s now. The guys who were in their 20s, they're coming into their 30s now. So this is a new mindset that's coming in, so the more, so I think the more the owners can be on the front line, I think it's just going to be better. It's just going to be way better.
Amazing. So how did you grow? I mean, you've got a huge social media following. I mean, I looked at it, I think it was 500,000 on YouTube, 500,000 on Instagram, TikTok, X.
Yeah.
How did you grow it from 1 to just under 2 million?
Yeah, just just providing value. I never held anything back. Even in the beginning when I was losing, I was posting my charts. I was posting why I lost the trade, transparency. I was how some guys say, okay, I have a course, and in that course, I don't want to give everything because, I want people to join the course and then learn something. I wasn't like that. I said to myself that, okay, guys, look, I have a course. This is what we're teaching in it. This is what it is. This is how I took this trade. It won. So people respected that more. The more value you're going to give, it's going to be better. But also, I remember back in 2017 when we started doing live streams for New York, man, David, we were going live every day for 3 hours straight, Monday to Friday, in New York stream.
Wow.
3 hours straight. And at one point, we would have 6,000 people watching us.
Wow.
6,000. So, man, 6,000 traders watching you live. Whatever you say, they're hearing that.
Yeah.
Whether you're promoting a company, whether you're talking about a trade, whether you're doing commentary on the charts, whatever that was. And I think that was the moment where, we were fortunate enough to be the first ones to do it, where everyone saw that. They're like, hey, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Right? He's not all suited up with this corporate language. He's cursing at us. If someone's asking a stupid question, he's telling us that's a stupid question. I'm not going to answer that. And I think that's what drew people back the next day. Oh, let's see what he's going to say now. Let's see who he's going to roast now. So that authenticity for people to see that, okay, not only this guy's making money online, but also he's just like us.
Genuine, authentic.
Authentic, genuine. There's no mask. There's no facade about his personality. So that helped the growth a lot.
Social media is impediment. Social media is really important. So if you're opening a brand new prop firm or brokerage, for example, I mean, having social media and community was so important for you?
Yeah, it was very, very important. Man, in the beginning, I wouldn't post my face on the charts or whatever. It would just be charts and my audio. And then there's this entrepreneur online called Grant Cardone. You know about Grant Cardone, right? So I used to watch his videos, and this guy was in his like 60s and he's talking about sales, he's talking about what he's doing, he's talking about his deals and whatever. And I'm thinking, man, shit, he's 60 and he's doing this. Mm-hmm. Who am I to think at 30 that what my friends are going to think, right? His friends are in his 60s. If he doesn't care what they're going to think, I'm nobody, So at that point, then I start, trust me, the day I started making videos and talking about what we're doing, where we're at, like, the companies we're launching or the deals we have, business just started to grow.
Yeah.
Automatically. Exponential growth.
Yeah.
Because, people can trust more a person who's behind the company rather than the company that's being run by, a group.
Corporate.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that was very, very important for my growth.
And what is it like having your face, being so out there? I mean, you must have a funny story when someone's recognized you. And has anything happened in this situation?
Yeah, man, like a lot of times. Like sometimes, so I remember we were in London. And there was some client. He had an issue on the platform. I guess he got slipped or he lost some money. And I had no idea, right? This guy comes to me with his laptop open. He said, Raja, look at this.
No
and I'm
way.
like, look at what? What do you... Look what happened to my account. What happened to your account? So it's things like these. But then also, there are things like where sometimes when me and my wife are out in the mall or whatever, guys would come up to me, recognize me, and they say, hey man, you're doing a great job online. Keep doing it. We follow you. It's amazing. So that's sort of a very humbling feeling.
Yeah, it must be an amazing feeling to feel that.
Very, very humbling, because that shows that no matter how you're doing certain things, there is a large population that appreciates it.
Yeah.
Right. So that sort of pushes you more to keep doing the things you're doing. And I'm not doing any rocket science. I'm just providing value based on something that has really helped me. And I truly believe that if there's something that helps me a lot, there may be thousands of people out there who share the same values and the same beliefs as me that can resonate with that.
Absolutely. Look, I mean, social media is so harsh these days. And for you to have this sort of following, it means you're doing something, right?
But also you get your feedback instantly.
Yeah.
If someone likes it and doesn't like it, you're going to hear about it.
Exactly. Definitely. What makes Dominion Markets different from the rest?
I'm not going to say that it's me behind it. I'm not going to say it, right? But I think the major difference is that the sort of value that we're providing to clients, right? I'm not going to say, great spread, instant execution, blah, 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 the same pitch where everyone has. We have incorporated a fully functional trading journal within our CRM so that a client can come in. They're not only going to be able to withdraw, deposit, and transfer funds. No, they'll be able to see their entire stats, a hot mapped journal where they're going to be to see what they did in a month, what their stats were. We've also introduced AI recommendations that based on your performance on, let's say, Monday to Friday, this is your best time to trade. This is your best pair to trade. This is your best risk to look at. Where did you overtrade it? Where did you revenge trade it? How can you fix that? So these things are very important because, man, if I look at it this way, when I first started trading, right, I knew that, okay, brokers will stop hunt you, they're going to take out your stops, all this myth that I used to hear, and the only reason was because there was not enough trust of the traders within the brokers because, hey, look, if there's a broker that can offer me education, it can help me manage risk, it can help me get better at trading, great, I'm going to trust this person. But if I don't get this anywhere else, you know what? I get everything else at the same time anyway, so I'm going to go somewhere where I'm getting even more value. Because at the end of the day, the only reason people are going to do business with you is if they trust you.
Absolutely. I mean, for us, we've got a motto, a principle, traders first. It's super important. And I know you're a huge advocate of the cTrader platform as well.
Yes.
I've seen many videos that you've done on cTrader, which is absolutely fantastic as well. So it perfectly aligns.
Man, there's so many tools on that platform. It's insane. So many robust systems being built for traders, and not only traders, for brokers as well. right? So yeah, it's a very, 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 I would say like elaborately designed UI you guys have at this point.
Exactly. So if you could have dinner with one person, who would it be in the world? And past or present. It could be, someone who's passed away. It could be someone who's relevant now, Mike Tyson or whoever it's going to. Who would you choose?
My first thought that comes to my mind, it'll just be a dinner with myself alone. To be very, very honest, it's just going to be with myself alone. Because no matter what you do in life, or wherever you are, it's because of what you did. It's what you did. Whatever someone cheated you, whether someone stole from you or whatever happened, at the end of the day, wherever you are in life, it's just because of you.
Yeah.
Wherever I am in life, it's because of just me. Right. So why? So then I think to myself, why would I have to share a table with someone else? Some guys are going to say, I'm going to have dinner with Bill Gates. What are you going to ask him? Right? I'm going to say, I'm going to have dinner with Elon Musk or with a leader of a country. What are you going to ask him? They don't even know you at that point. Yeah. But the only person who knows you is yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
How do you deal with time management and dealing, having time for yourself? You mentioned about you'd interview yourself, you'd be with yourself. How do you ever have time for yourself?
Honestly, the only genuine time I have is self when I'm in the washroom. That is no other time. If I'm being very, very honest with you, but now it's like the most fun I get in my day is when I see my kids. And genuinely, when I come home, my kids are there, they're healthy.
Yeah.
They come, they greet me, they hug me. I have a daughter, she's 2 years old, she hugs me.
Congratulations.
And then every stress just goes away.
Yeah.
Everything goes away.
Yeah.
So I some guys ask me, hey Raja, what should I do? I'm married now, but my business is not working. I'm like, have kids.
Yeah.
Go have kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something's gonna happen because man, we believe that every human being, they come in the world with their own luck.
Mm-hmm.
They come with their own luck. If your luck sucks, just go have kids. Maybe that child will come in with his own luck and his luck is going to be great luck for him.
Yeah.
And that's going to maybe affect you somehow, somewhere. Because I do believe the universe, it works in miraculous ways.
Definitely. I mean, look, having kids myself, I remember having my firstborn and how that really impacted and changed my life. There was a complete 360 in my life when I had my firstborn. And for you, I know it's the same with you as well, right?
Yeah, same, man. Like my firstborn in the beginning, I didn't really sense it. But once he turned 4 years old, 5 years old, and the way a child looks at you, that look says that you're the only person in this world who gives 2 F's about me.
Exactly.
Nobody else.
Exactly.
And that just builds up this fire in you. Man, okay, you know what? Yes, I got to keep pushing more.
No one in this world wants you to do better than your father does.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest, I may just have my father on the other end of the table to have food with me.
Oh, I like that.
At dinner. Just be like, hey, look where we are at this point. Look, you did your best. You did your best. Maybe somewhere down the line, I fall off the path, but you did your best.
Exactly.
Because whenever, now I sort of feel like it, that I've given a lot of embarrassments to him. I put him through a lot of stress. And there must have been a time in his life where he must be thinking, where did I go wrong in my life that I'm getting this karma? What's he doing? Where did I go wrong in my life? So, I always, whenever I sit down with him now, he just, he talks to me in a way that we are better than billions of people in the world.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I know that, okay, he tried his best with all that was there available to him. At the same time, you as a father, I'm as a father, we're just trying our best as well.
Exactly. And you might think that's what he thinks of you, but I'm sure he's super proud of you and everything you do.
For sure.
Okay, strip away the cars, strip away the watches. Strip
cars?
Away...
What cars?
Yeah.
There are no cars.
No cars?
No cars. I got a Mazda outside.
All right, strip away everything. All right. What is it that defines you?
I think I was always satisfied with what I had at all times. I never wanted to have millions. I never wanted to have companies or anything like that. I was always happy. I was always satisfied with what I had. Like I remember when I was working in a car parts factory, right? I would clock in at 7 p.m. I would clock out at 7 a.m. 12-hour shifts, just putting bolts on car frames. I was making like $2,200 a month, married, right? I was fine with it. You know, my wife was fine with it. Like we knew, okay, like this is what it is. And then slowly an opportunity comes in, then I would jump on the opportunity or whatever. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Man, I remember time when we first got married and we were in Walmart. Walmart is same like Tesco's in the UK. Yeah. And my wife, she picked up this big bottle of Head and Shoulders shampoo, the biggest one. You know, it was for about like $20-some. You know, she put it in the cart. I took it out of the cart. I put it back on the shelf. I grabbed the smallest one and put it in the cart. I'm like, look, we can't afford that one yet. Yeah. She's like, what do you mean? It's so embarrassing. You know, you're putting stuff back when I'm picking on. I'm like, listen, we can't afford it. Yeah. When we'll afford it, then it's going to be great. We'll do it. Yeah. You know, so I was always happy. Like, you know, I never thought that millions of dollars will make me happy. Because no matter what amount of money you're going to make, there's always going to be some things that will follow you with your happiness. Like, let's say you have family issues. No matter you have millions, you have family issues. You're going to be unhappy. If you have no money, you have family issues. You're going to be unhappy. So I think I was always satisfied with where I was in life.
That's truly amazing. And if, let's say, you had to start again and I gave you $100, how will you be able to grow that?
I would go into affiliate sales. I would 100% go into sales. Nice. If you can sell, you can never go broke in your life. Ever. Never, ever, ever it's going to happen. You know, I would go into affiliate sales.
Amazing. Double it up.
Yeah, double it up. I look to see that, okay, which company is paying the most per sale. I'll go join that firm. I'll go join that company and I would just do my best to sell it. You know, in the beginning, after I was working in a car parts factory, I got an opportunity to work with a door-to-door sales team. They had no base pay, no salary.
Commission only.
Yeah, commission only.
Yeah.
So for the past 11 years, I've only worked on commission only. And the best thing I ever did, you know, and at that point, everyone was like, oh, no. Like, what if you're not going to make any money? I said, what if I do make money? Yeah. What if it does work? For a month, it didn't work. That was tough. You know, man, going home, everyone asking, hey, did you make any sales today?
Yeah.
No. You know, so second month it worked, but at the end it worked out. You know, so it's always a learning curve, but I would always go back into sales.
And these lessons have helped you in today for sure. You know, everything that you learn, even if you didn't earn no money there, there's always a reason why you do something. Those skills you've used today, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, you know, every time you have a hard time. So I used to listen to this guy, Les Brown.
I love Les Brown.
You know Les Brown,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, of course I do, yeah.
Yeah. I used to listen to Les Brown during my hard times. Like, you know, when I was doing sales, nothing was working out. Everything was just shit. And he used to say that good times are not here to stay, they're here to pass. No, bad times are not here to stay, they're here to pass.
Yeah.
I would always replay that over and over and over and over again. And I believed it so much that whenever hard times passed away, I understood what he was saying. You know, like, you can have your good times, they will not be here to stay, they will pass. You'll have bad times, same thing, they're going to pass. Life is just series of ups and downs, and that's what makes life beautiful. To have these ups, to have these downs, but the main thing is, what are you learning from these roller coaster dips?
Absolutely. I absolutely love it. Okay, we're going to go on to the quick fire round. Okay. I'm going to ask you 10 questions, and I want as quick as possible your answers. Are you ready?
Are you ready for the answers?
Early mornings or late nights?
Early mornings.
What's your dream car, or have you already got it?
I already have it.
What is it?
It's Ghost. Rolls-Royce Ghost 2021. Yeah. We're putting a Mansouri body kit on it.
Yeah.
It's going to look like a Batmobile.
Nice.
Amazing.
Wrapped or not wrapped?
We're going to wrap it like a Nardo gray wrap. Nardo gray wrap, change the exhaust. It's a V12, you know, change the exhaust, see how that sounds. But I'm done with cars after that. No more.
Okay, so you achieved it. You got it. Okay, That's good. Background noise or silence when you work?
Background noise. Yeah, especially white noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like some sort of a noise. Silence, that can't work.
Same here. What does success mean to you?
Being able to sleep knowing that you did your best and you don't have to look over your shoulder.
Excellent.
That's what success means.
What's more important to you, or if not all, core values, your mission, or your vision in the company?
Core values.
Core values.
Core values is very important because core values is something that will keep your team together. With your mission, maybe not everyone agrees with your mission, so you're going to always have clashes, but core values is going to make sure your foundation always stays strong.
How do you get that down in the company? So, from your management level, how does it go down in the company? How do they breathe these core values?
Customer first. Everyone agrees with that. Customer first, client first. We always make a note of like whatever the client says, they are always correct. Because if I'm not running the company, I'm a client somewhere, right? And if someone on the phone tells me you're wrong, I'm like, what do you mean I'm wrong? So we gotta treat it the same. Okay. Customer always comes first because customers are the reason why we are here. Customers are the reason we're able to pay salaries for 12 families at this point, right? So customers are always first. If we're not going to take care of the customers, they will never be able to take care of our business.
I love it. Plan everything or improvise?
Improvise.
Okay.
I've always improvised.
I think I know the answer for this. City life or country life?
It depends what's going on. If I had to choose, it'd have to be the country life.
Wow, that surprised me. You got me there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Brilliant.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Raja. It's been an absolute pleasure. You were fantastic. Please like, comment, and share. And actually, if you would like a comment to ask Raja himself, please mention it in the comments below, and Raja will come on to answer it.
Thank you.
If you like this podcast, please like and subscribe. It's very important to us. If you want us to interview any particular guest, please comment down below.